Hi, good evening, everyone. Everyone can hear me okay? All right, great. If I get loud, just do this. Uh, how do you follow all the speakers that have come before me? I'm still shaking from the last one. uh, I didn't write anything down. I didn't rehearse. I just want to talk about my life that I've lived. How many people here believe, and I've seen you raise your hand, so you do it again, that wishes come true? Yeah, they do. Mine do. So I make them often. I have a partner. He's a dear friend. And many years back, I used to visit him on Fridays. We'd have lunch together. And he's a smoker. So he'd say, HP, let's go down and spend some time together. And I'd very happily follow him down into the open parking lot, and he would start smoking. So as he smoked, I noticed that we developed this dance, and we'd kind of like move around a little bit, move by where the wind was going. And he was very nice and careful and thoughtful, and he's very dear to me as I am to him. And he said, HP, I'm so sorry. My smoking and the secondhand smoke bothers you. I said, yes, it does. You're a smoker. I'm not a smoker. And I often thought about this experience. Were you expecting this guy? Let's just have fun. So I thought about this experience that I've had where my partner smokes a cigarette and he actually enjoys it. It's not about the cigarette, whether it's good or bad. It is not good. And my experience has been that I'm trying to avoid the smoke. And once you reflect on this, I came to the conclusion it was not about the cigarette. Because my partner got pleasure from it. And all I got was pain. How can it be the cigarette? So a guru once said, it's a very famous one, what do you really know? Think about this. I don't know the answer, but he asks, what do you really know? The one thing that I know is there's an outside world and there's an inside world. This school that all of you attend, that I live in and you live in, is the outside world. And we spend a lot of time learning about the outside world. We learn how to add, how to speak to each other. We learn about the law. Somebody teaches these kids to drive a car and they drive the car. What is that? Those are instructions on how to live in an outside world. At some point, we all have to make a decision about the inside world, because there is a user's manual for the inside world. And that's what I've started to do for the last 15, 20 years. Just having fun with it. You know why? Just figure it out. Because I've been given a lifetime to do so. And I'm all about trying to figure it out. So let's have some fun. Several years back, I'm getting ready in the morning. And I'm watching television. I'm in the financial markets, and I'm watching CNBC. And I'm getting ready, and I'm wearing a tie. Used to be a day when we wore ties to the office. We don't anymore, thank goodness. And I see a very famous man, whose name I will not take, who is a motivational speaker. And I'm very happy to see this man because I haven't seen him in over 25 years. The last time I saw him was when I was a rookie at one of the #1 financial firms in the world. I was recruited right out of school in a rookie class. And we had a manager who wanted all of his rookie class to perform at peak performance. Back then they used to be that. Everybody wanted to peak performance. So he got the entire rookie class tickets to go that man's show at Madison Square Garden in New York City. 22 years old, working for one of the best firms out there, no expenses spared. We get in these fancy vans and we get down there. We got great seats. The place is like a melee. There's music, lights. People are excited. They're selling you CDs and they're selling you books. And then the lights go down. And like I walked up here, this very large 6'7" man, looks like a wrestler actually, walks up on stage and explodes. He's jumping up and down. He's telling you what to do. He's explaining certain things about life. And the only thing I remember, even today, is the one thing that I heard from that entire 2 hours. Learn what you like and repeat it. Discover what you don't like and avoid it. I learned I like tennis. I play a lot of tennis. I discovered I didn't enjoy eating meat. So I stopped eating meat. I'm better for it. So while I'm watching this television show 25 years later, I'm so happy to see him again because there's a memory attached to this personality. But what I was really impressed with is he wasn't teaching. He transformed himself into a student. He was talking about a book that he just wrote where he interviewed some of the best money managers in the world and learned from them and put it in a book. Wow, I was really impressed. People usually don't change their acts. This man did. I went to the office. The next day was Saturday. I wake up early, and guess what I'm going to do? Play tennis. I go outside, I'm waiting for my partner to pick me up. He pulls up, I get in the car. I look at my partner, and I said, I want to share something with you. And I told him the entire story that I just shared with you. Now, my tennis partner happens to be a very noted physician with a television show. So he's got this little smile on his face as he's listening to me. And as we get to the courts, he says to me, you know, HP, my wife introduced this man to his wife, and we're dear friends. And I said, of course they are. He says, as a matter of fact, he's coming on my show next week. Wow. This is happening real time. And I'm present. And I'm recognizing what's happening. I'm going to have my secretary call you, and you're going to come on the show, he says. So this is unbelievable. I get a call from the secretary, and she says, HP, you've got seats at the show. How many tickets do you want? I said, well, I don't want to be greedy, and this is very generous. One? She's like, done. Be at the studio at 3:15. Fine. Now my mind is racing as to who that one is. Because I want that one person to be as passionate about this experience as I am. I'm going through the list. So the first person that comes to my mind is my father. Everybody called him Baba. Shout out to Baba. My James Bond. He's retired. Learned a bunch of stuff from him. And every morning as I go to the office, I call him. And I tell him all my stories, who I met, what we talked about, the deals that we're doing, the negotiations. And he loves it. He's sitting at home, proud of his boy, living life vicariously through me. And then something else came to my mind. My 16-year-old cousin who goes to high school. Like many of you, I felt I wanted to make an investment in him. Lesson for me? Find a mentor. Mentors are helpful. They're gurus in life, just like your teachers. We all had them. In different shapes, different sizes. You may call them something else. Mentors are good. So I called him up, and I said, hey, here's what we're doing. We're going to go on a TV show next week. I want you to come in with a pair of slacks and a button-down shirt. High school students don't have button-down shirts, nor do they have slacks. He says, okay. Shows up next week. We had dinner. We stayed over the house. The next day, we get ready. We get dressed up. We go to my Manhattan office. We're going to go to the show. And I could see that he's quiet. He doesn't know what to expect. But this is a new experience for this guy. And I'm excited for him to share with me. It's for me too. I've never been on a TV show. During the day, and I'm not segueing, during the day I said to him, there's a bakery not too far from my office. It's one of my favorite bakeries. It's called Financier. And they make this macaroon, which is absolutely delicious. And they ground their own coffee. Delicious. So I said to my cousin, here's a card. Go to the bakery and buy some gifts for the show that we're going on. And get them gift wrapped. Dutifully, my cousin says, okay. Goes to the place. Soon enough, I get a telephone call. He says, they don't gift wrap. Not knowing, just going by instinct, I said to him, make it happen. And I hung up the phone. 30 minutes later, my cousin walks in with 2 gift boxes. Good for you, I said. Lesson here, take a risk. It's okay. Because with risk comes reward. We make it to the studio at 3:15. There's no one there. Oops, did I hear it wrong? Are we late? We call up the secretary. She comes down. HP, you're just on time. I'm a little confused. How am I on time? There's nobody here. We go to the studio, and the studio is packed, just like this room. And there's a comedian telling them jokes, warming them up. So we're late. I apologize to the secretary. She says, no, you're a friend. We just didn't want you waiting online. Wow, that's really nice. We go sit down. The show starts. We got front row seats. You could probably YouTube it. We're on it. I wore a yellow sweater just so that I could be noticed. Yeah, front row seat. My friend, the host of the show, welcomes this motivational speaker, does the show ends, and the motivational speaker is leaving. And here I am waving my arms. Hello? Guess why I'm here? He looks across the stage, sees me waving the arms, realizes that he hasn't done what he said he would do, which is introduce me to this man that I met 25 years ago. So he runs across the stage, grabs my arm, we run out, he stops him, and we shared a few moments together. I asked him if he remembered me. I don't know why I asked him that, but I did. He says, well, no, he was very polite. And this man probably meets millions of people in the last 25 years. I said, well, next time we meet, I want to make sure you remember me. He goes, okay. It's okay to make another wish. We have a few minutes of time. I tell him the whole story again. I was watching CNBC. Very dutifully and politely, he listens to that story again, which I will not tell you again. And he leaves. My cousin and I, we stick around, we take some pictures. It was in November, at the end of November, and it's cold. But we decide we're going to walk to the train station. So we walk to the train station, and we need to go to the bus station. The bus that brings me from Manhattan to New Jersey. We decided, what a lovely day. We've got a lot of energy, lots to talk about. Let's just walk it. It's going to be about 3-4 miles. It's at the end of November. Details, but details matter. We start to walk. Guess what I'm thinking? It's 5:30, New York City, and I'm going to get on a bus, and I don't have a ticket. I have my ticket, but I don't have one for my cousin. Guess what the line looks like at 5:30 in New York City on a weeknight? It's long. It's very long. I'm thinking about this, and we stop by and pick up a Starbucks because it's cold. We have a warm drink. And I'm drinking, and we're walking. And I notice something on the floor. I walk up to this piece of paper on the floor. I bend down, and I pick it up. It's a New Jersey bus pass for the month of November. I turn it over. I show it to my cousin. I feel bad for the person who lost it. They're worth some money. But there's the ticket home. And it's free. Okay. We go to the bus stop. We hand the bus pass. I take out my ticket. We both come home. The next day, I use that free bus pass to go to my office in Manhattan and return. So how many trips is that? 3. 3 free trips, right? Keep a count, folks. Each trip costs $4. The next day I do the same thing. I take the trip in, I show the free bus pass, and I get into the city for free. Except now it's December 1, and that bus pass is now old. But the bus driver said, I'll let you get into the city, but don't come back with the same bus pass. I push my luck. That night, I get on the bus, and I hand him the bus pass. He says, no good. Get back online. So I smile. I said, please don't send me back online. I'll pay for the ticket. I put my hand in my pockets, and out comes $20 bill. I don't have change, he says. That's okay. By the time I get off, you may have change, and I'll pick it up. Deal. I sit in the bus, daydreaming, happy to be getting home, and I get off the bus, and I don't collect my change. That absent-minded I'm not. And I'm thinking, why didn't I collect my change? What made me just get off the bus? I just lost money. Do you remember how many trips I've taken? 5. What does it cost to get on the bus? $4. What's 4 times 5? $20. Lesson: nothing is free. Whether you pay it out of your pocket, out of sleep, everything has to balance out in life. One of my wishes was to talk at TED. I've been a fan for more than 20 years. It wasn't this accessible as it is today. You had to be invited to a meeting in Monterey, California, and sit next to leaders in education, technology, and design, where the iPhone screen was introduced, and then wait for that program to be uploaded someplace on a VHS or in a book or in a CD-ROM for you to watch it. Who was going to invite me to such a meeting? Here I am. My daughter made that happen for me. Another wish comes true. So guess what I'm doing? I'm making another wish. And my wish tonight is for all of you to make wishes. Pay attention. Don't wish to win the lottery. Simple wishes. Let the bus be on time. Let it not rain. let you have the food that you were waiting for all day. They're all wishes. So wishes do come true, folks. And I thank you for listening to me.